Today we have a really interesting and fun topic for you. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to take a look at these in the past, but we wanted to make sure that we introduce these to you again, just in case you haven't seen them, just because it makes your life so much easier. And that is the listing kits that are available in Marketing Resource. If you have not received a notification from Marketing Resource that a listing kit is available anytime you take a new listing, I'm going to show you how you can turn those on today. But for those of you who might have received that email, just know it's a great program that's put together by BHHS Global in the Global Corporate Network. Everything's available on Marketing Resource. I'm going to show you how you can get to that today. But it kind of puts everything that you need for a listing in one place. It's just a great little tickler, a reminder of all the different things that you can do in Marketing Resource to help promote not only your listings, but your pendings and solds. Going to go through a couple of things today. Going to show you all of the kits and how you can get there, the different ways that you can actually change some of the items that are in the kits as far as customization, but then also going to show you some notification settings and where you can update your profile just in case something isn't correct. Hopefully we'll get you out of here at a good time today, and that way you guys can keep on selling. But let's get started on the Marketing Resource listing kits for now. All right, I'm going to start where we always do, and that is on the rwtconnect.com dashboard. I am going to log into BHHS. Some of you may log in directly on bhhsresource.com. Hopefully most of you are using the single sign-on or SSO that we have available in RWT Connect. If you just simply click that BHHS icon right here, it's going to take you right into BHHS Resource. No username or password is required. It's going to land you on this dashboard, which is the BHHS Resource Center dashboard. And of course, this has all of your icons that you need to be able to navigate the global network. Today, we're really looking at this Marketing Resource icon right here. Most of you, I know, have used this because this is what we use to send out all of our e-cards. We make a lot of our social images in here. We make a lot of flyers, and that is where we are heading today. So if I go ahead and click on Marketing Resource, I've already done it for the sake of time. It is going to land us right here, which is the Marketing Resource dashboard. Now, in the Marketing Resource dashboard, hopefully you've had, again, a chance to take a look at all of this. We do have the ability to have, of course, our own library and contacts. We can upload our own information. There's some help files. We have drip campaigns that go along with our e-cards. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll see lots of different things that we can do in Marketing Resource. This starts to separate things out by whether you're doing brand marketing, if you're doing personal marketing, if you just need to send out a quick email or make a presentation. But one of the things that the listing kits do is to put all of that information that you might need for a listing in one spot. And it kind of, again, gives you that little checklist that you might need to go through to say, how do I service this listing? How can I make a quick flyer or send out an e-card or make a quick social image? It puts everything together. And the nice thing is it also gives you lots of different branded templates to be able to use. So if you want to use something that's a little bit more modern, you can do that. If you want to use some of the classic designs that are available from BHHS, again, it's available in there. If you have a luxury listing, there's several different kinds of luxury templates that you can choose from. So hopefully it fits the kind of marketing that you're looking at or the kind of feel and style of the home that you're also marketing. You can find the listing kits under this button right up here called Listings. And if you click on that, it is going to take you into basically the listing manager. And you're going to see, once you're logged in, that you have all of your listings over here on the left-hand side. And by the way, I am logged in as one of our agents in the Williamsburg office because I did want you to see that if you have listings coming in from multiple MLSs, and I know several of us in this room belong to multiple MLSs in here, it is going to bring in some duplicates. So while this says 23 listings, that's actually cut in half. In this case, there's 12 listings in here, but you can create these templates and things like that out of whichever MLS you certainly prefer on here. And you can see which MLS it is based on the MLS ID number. So of course, this is a RAIN number here. And of course, we're looking at a Williamsburg MLS ID number here. And I believe that this is a CBR MLS number right here. So there's actually 3 different listings in this particular case. If for whatever reason you don't have a listing or you happen to be listing agent 2, you're not going to see any listings obviously in this category, but we do have a show all company listings opportunity here. If you go ahead and click this box, and it's a little bit faint right here, it's going to bring in all the different company listings. So of course, we're up to 2,236 currently between all of our different MLSs that are connected in here. But this is great just in case, again, you're listing agent number 2 and it doesn't show up in your main dashboard. Or maybe you are going to be doing some marketing on behalf of another agent in your office. Maybe you're going to be doing an open house and you want to make sure that you can print that flyer or get that information out on social media. You're going to be able to choose that listing here. So just know that you do have the option to pull in all company listings. Also, just as a general reminder here, do get permission from the other agent in your office before you start marketing their listings, of course, but do know that that's an option in here for you as well. If you need to search for a listing, you can go ahead and just put that in the search bar right up here. If you just start putting in the address, the house number, or the street, it'll start bringing in all of your options and start limiting out those 2,236 listings up here in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that because most of us are going to be looking at this for our own listings. And it's going to bring me back to that window that has our listings in it in here. And again, I do want you to know that this is a listing sync between the MLSs. The MLSs do have slightly different timing as to when they come in. We usually see this come in within, I want to say, about 4 hours of the listing actually showing up. If you do want to know when your listing is connected and ready, one of the first places you're going to want to go is this manage notifications down here. If I click on this, have these turned off just for this class, it's going to let us know when a new listing has been added, when there are price changes, and you might want to use these listing kits to announce a price change or maybe change a flyer, build a social image around a price change. Or again, if you have a listing that is sold and you want to go ahead and maybe do a social image for a just sold, it's going to go ahead and pull that in as well. While I'm here, I do want you to know that notice it says receive a notification when a listing is sold. We don't have the ability to pull in co-broke information. It's one of the top questions we get asked. So if you are on the selling side, and of course the listing wasn't listed by our company, it is not going to show up in this list. This is really just for your listings and company listings as well. So if you do need to turn on these notification settings, most of you are going to be turned off. This is one of the features in BHHS that is what we call an agent opt-in. We can't opt this in on a whole company level. So I encourage you today that even if you aren't going to use this right this second, to go ahead and at least turn your notifications on for new listings. It'll let you know when your new listings are available in the system and ready to go. Again, even if you don't use it now, you might want to use it in the future. It's just a good reminder that it's there. If you do make any changes to your notification settings, just go ahead and click save. And it'll go ahead and save any of those new settings you had. I'm logged in as an agent here, so give me just a second. It's going to throw an error. There we go. All right, let's take a look at the listings and the various listing kits and then what we can do with them. I'm just going to go ahead and choose this first listing right here, 140 Hearthside Lane in Williamsburg. And again, this is coming out of RAIN. If I choose that listing, all I did was click on the photo and it's bringing me into the information. I have two options here. We're talking about the listing kits today. We're going to go into that, but I do want you to notice that you also have the ability to just bring in all of the templates if you want to. This is kind of the same as choosing what to do with a listing from the main page of Marketing Resource. There's a category in there that says work with listings. And if you say, I want to choose an e-card or a social image, it kind of brings you to the same place. But if you're working within your listing kits, or if you just want to see what else is available, you do have the option just to go into the various templates if you want to. It's just kind of bring in everything that you can do to manage all of the listings in here. So there's our listing kit 5, listing kit 6. It's going to start to show you some of the different designs that are available in here as well. These are all the different templates that are available. I'm going to go back to that kits button here because that's what we're talking about today, and show you that you do have all of these different listing kits that are available. Now, these are all the different designs. So there aren't different items under each one of these listing kits. These are just different designs that are available in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of open a couple of these so you can take a look. But again, after class, I encourage you to kind of go in and just take a look at all the different kits that are available, see which one you guys like. If I look under listing kit 1, give it just a second to load here. It's going to show me that I have a lot of different options. And again, you don't have to use all of these. This is literally just creating a checklist for things that you might want to use for a listing. So you can say in here, this is a just listed 2-page property flyer in portrait. I want to send out a just listed e-card, a just listed property flyer in portrait mode. a just listed 4-page property brochure. So yes, there are brochures in here in addition to flyers. A just listed door hanger, a large postcard, an extra large postcard, a mega postcard. Those are the ones that are the full sheets. A just listed social post, a just listed Instagram social post, and of course, a just listed Instagram story. We do know that as they build new items for the marketing resource and new asset types and new sizes, they do add them to the listing kits. The very first time I ever taught this, there were only about 8 items in here. And as they continue to expand out, things like the Instagram stories, they go ahead and add all of those different templates to the listing kits as well. So anytime we do introduce a new design or a new asset type, it is added in here. Also good to know for just notification purposes. Just as a note, that some of this is printed materials. Do know that BHHS Marketing Resource does connect to ExpressDocs. This is where I like to pause real quick and just let you know that their version of ExpressDocs and our version of ExpressDocs that we use on the RWT Connect side are 2 slightly different accounts. One is provided to you by the company and the other one is provided to you by BHHS Global. They have their own arrangement with them as far as accounts are concerned. If you do a door hanger, a postcard, and things like that, and you might have a marketing credit available in ExpressDocs, do know it's not going to show up in the version from BHHS Global, but we do have the ability to download whatever that image is, or if need be, if it's not available for whatever reason, you can always just fill out a marketing form and have them create a listing kit 1 door hanger for you. We understand what all of that means when you're filling in those orders as well. So just know that there's 2 slightly different versions. We've talked about this before. Anything coming out of Marketing Resource has a slightly different account type than the one in BHHS. Pricing is the same. How it works is exactly the same. Just know that that marketing credit's not there. We're hoping to change that in the future, but for right now and for this class, that's how it is. So just wanted to mention that in here. Let's go in and just say that we want to go ahead and build one of these kits out and use something. Probably one of the easiest things to do is maybe a just listed e-card. So I'm going to go ahead and just click that use button next to this. And I want you to notice it's going to immediately go right into one of the templates. You guys should be used to seeing this. The only difference is that notice this kind of skipped the step that we usually have. This is getting started and we have to fill out a title. It's automatically going to know that we're working on 140 Hearthside Lane and it's listing kit 1 and it's a just listed e-card. So it's taken us beyond that get starting step and right into customization. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to do some customization in Marketing Resource before. We're going to take a look at a different listing kit. We'll take a look at a different asset in the future, but everything kind of works the same. You're going to notice that we're in the Customize window right here. We can always preview at any time by clicking the preview button. And then once we're ready to go, these are all the different things that we can do with that asset. So in this case, we can send it out. And if we scroll over, it's going to let us know. We can send it out via e-card if we want to. We can create a link if we want to send it out via link. We can also go ahead and share it via Facebook or Twitter/X or LinkedIn from here. If you don't see these buttons in the upper right-hand corner, just remember there's something that needs to be done on that particular template. The nice thing about these listing kits is they're built to basically be ready to go. You don't have to make any changes if you don't want to, but of course, everything is fully customizable. What you're looking for are those green dots. That means it's ready to go, but that also lets you know that it's customizable. So if you do want to change this headline for whatever reason, if you just click into that box, it's going to let you know what you can do. So in this case, it is a fixed text box. We can't add any images. Maybe we want to say just listed in our area. Maybe this is going to go out to our neighborhood e-card list that we have. We can certainly adjust the size. We have some minor changes we can make here. There we go. We can also adjust any of the photos. It's going to bring in all the different photos from the MLS. Notice there's a green dot up here, which means it's ready to go right now. But if I go ahead and click on any of that, it's going to go ahead and start bringing in the various images that we have from the asset editor. And if we can kind of scroll through, it's going to let us see all of the different pictures that we have. So maybe we want to start with a super dramatic doorway opening front that goes into this hallway right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and click save. That is a really cool photo. Love that. And if we continue to scroll down, notice that again, we're going to see these green dots. It means it's ready to go, but we can change this if we need to. And again, we can change this. It's going to bring in the information directly from the MLS. So 4 beds, 3 baths, the square footage, the price, and the MLS ID. And again, if we just click into that, it's going to go ahead and let us change it. We don't even have to stick with the 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. If we don't want to, we can always move it around. It's just a text box, but it's bringing it in for us. There's that text that's coming in from those public remarks. If you've made any shortcuts in your public remarks, now's the time to go ahead and change those out. We certainly don't want to have a frog in there if we can say family room over the garage. There's our front entranceway. We can change all of these photos again. Maybe we are going to change this one because we changed the previous one. I'll show you how to do that one more time. And maybe we need to change that out for a front entrance this time. There we go. This one is bringing in lots of different photos. And of course, there's our agent information on here as well. I do want you to notice that maybe you are listing agent 2 and you're having to use the company listing option for this, and you've chosen this listing, but you also need to put your co-lister on there. You do have an opportunity at this point to change your agent and co-agent selector. So if you do need to put another agent on there for whatever reason, there's this little drop down right here that shows agent and co-agent. You can certainly go ahead and choose that. And then it's going to bring in another option that you'll have to fill in this information manually. We don't have a drop down to say who that listing agent 2 is, but it's pretty easy to go ahead and bring in that photo information and fill in that information on co-listing number 2 if you need to. So just know that that is an option at this point. I do have a couple of agents who also use this maybe for some team information. So if this agent happened to be on a team and you just wanted to fill out your team information here as well, it's kind of a good way to fake it. And you can put your team information in here as well since it's manual. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to that single team or that single agent option. But I do want you to notice here before I do that, notice that those little boxes are yellow. It means I have to do something with this before I can send it. And you'll notice that all of our buttons that allowed us to do anything have gone away. It's really to protect yourself so it doesn't send out any fake information. As soon as I go back to that single agent and remove anything that needs to be changed in here, it's going to give me my buttons back that says this is ready to go. And there's nothing else that needs to be changed. In this particular layout as well, you do have the option to also move and unselect things. So just in case you haven't seen that function before, maybe we want to go ahead and take off one of these big full width images. We don't need quite as many in here. We can certainly just uncheck that box and it's just going to hide it and it's going to push everything back up. And it's going to take that away. So it took away that image in here. There we go. And if I want to re-show that image, I can just go ahead and click it again. And if you do want to move around anything in here, maybe you want to break up a couple of these full width images as well. Do know that anytime you see these little 3 bars over here, I know they're a little faint to see just because we're in class, but you can certainly pick that up. Just click it, pick it up, drop it, and it'll go ahead and move one of those 2 image pieces in between. There we go. The other options. This is always great if you're trying to highlight something. Maybe you're trying to highlight a couple of exterior features right away, and then maybe you want to go to a big, great interior shot and then highlight some more interiors. You can certainly organize this however you want to. But again, everything's already in here. It's ready to go. And if we're ready to go ahead and just send it out, we can certainly click our send a e-card. It'll take us up to our contact list, and we can certainly send that out. All right. Let me go down through here. I'm going to just close out this listing kit 1 real quick because we've had a chance to see this one. I wanted to show you maybe one of the luxury listing kits. Let's go to luxury listing kit 1. And if I open that up, I'm going to show you a slightly different asset just so you can see how that works. So we did a just listed e-card on that last one. By the way, this description is just letting you know what's available in here. So this one happens to be a black and white color theme. Let's take a look at a just listed flyer just so you can see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and click use. You can see a slightly different design in here. We're going to have more options. These greens are letting us know that it's ready to go. This one happens to be a 2-page flyer. So it's giving us a front shot and another exterior. Remember, these are just pulling in order from the MLS. If you want to go ahead and change this order, you certainly can. Green means we're ready to go. We're seeing all of our icons that are up here. And if we go to the back, we're just going to go ahead and click that different page. And again, it's bringing it in here. So it is letting us know that it has this big red box here, that it's too much text for this particular area. So if we go ahead and click that, it's letting us know that it's overrunning into our QR code here. I'm not going to adjust this like we would normally do, but I'm just going to go ahead and take that out just so you can see what it looks like when we adjust it for space. There we go. And now we're green with no red X on there, and it's ready to go again. This does allow us, again, to have that option to have a co-agent or team on here as well if we need to. So that option does exist also on the flyers. And you can also show or hide that QR code if you need to. So in this case, maybe we want more text and we're going to hide that QR code. So we can certainly just go ahead and hide that on here as well. Once we're ready to go, I want you to notice that we have all of these boxes that are up here. This one is going to say, go ahead and send it to ExpressDocs to print. We can certainly email even this flyer out to people. We can also download a PDF. If you want to download this and upload it into our version of ExpressDocs from RWT Connects, you can certainly do that. And that way you could use marketing credits if you need to. You can also create a link. You can also share these flyers to your social media accounts as well. We certainly have social media assets that are probably better to use. But if you did want to share a link where somebody could go in and open this, you certainly could as well. You also have the ability to embed this. So for some of you who may have like WordPress blogs and things like that, where you'd want to embed a really nice flyer, you can certainly do that. We don't use this as often, but that embed feature is there. If you want to see what this would look like, you can certainly go ahead and click the preview box here, and this is available again on any template. You open that up, it's going to give us a preview. Just give us just a second. The nice thing is this preview is all branded. I'm going to show you where you can change this information right here, just in case you need to. But this is what it would look like if you were to share the link or maybe to share it to social media. It's going to actually share over to this link right here, and it's going to share this this brochure or this flyer, and you have the option to click between page 1 and page 2. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and close on out of this, and let's take a look at one more kit and one more asset here. So let's go ahead and scroll down. Let's try listing kit number 6 for just listed. And I'm going to show you one more type of asset that's in here. So we did an e-card, we did a flyer. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these social images right here. So I'm going down to the just listed social. We'll go to Facebook social and use this one. And if I open this again, notice that the icons are up here. It's letting us know that it's ready to go. We don't have to make any changes if we don't want to, but we certainly can. So this is letting us know that we have the option to change just listed. If we want to put maybe the neighborhood name up here, we can. Again, we can change that photo if we want that more dramatic, big entryway. I do love that photo. And then, of course, we can change this information down here, which is going to have our address in it, but maybe we want to put some beds or baths information in here instead. We can certainly do that. Notice it does have our equal housing logo sign on here. So this is definitely social ready for you. Doesn't even have to have a one click. There's your equal housing right there. I want you to notice too that we have a couple of options in here. We had these options on the other template, but I just find that they're a little bit easier to show you when we're on social. We can change the color theme on here. Hopefully you guys know that BHHS has a number of color themes that are available. This one is called Calm. It has kind of a light blue and really light feature to it, but we do have all of the other color themes available in here as well. So while our listing kits are kind of looking at the overall design, you can also change the colors if you want to. If you want to go with that traditional Cabernet, you can certainly do that. It's going to give you that Cabernet color, and I believe we call this Dove. Kind of that muted mauve color here. We have something called Vibrant for those of you who love bright colors. There we go. That brings in that kind of blue and that green hue to it. We also have Modern. There we go. And if you needed to change to black and white or Cabernet here as well, you can. So just in case you have maybe a luxury listing and you wanted maybe the modern feel, but outside the luxury kit, you could certainly do that. You could just switch it to black and white. Or if you just want to go with the traditional Cabernet and white, you could certainly do that here as well. I do love the fact that you can also have different image layouts for some of these. So this layout change is going to change the number of images that come in, depending on the listing kit that you choose or whatever asset that you happen to be in. This could be 1 image, 2 images, all the way up to 6 images. In this particular case, it's a really small social image, so we're not going to want to put 6 images here. So it's only giving the option to do 1 or 2. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that second image option here, just so you can see what that looks like. And it'll give us the option to choose 2 different images. There we go. And it's giving us the small image over here. So I'm going to lower this down so you can see what that looks like. There we go. So if you wanted to go ahead and change this, again, maybe we'll bring in that big dramatic entryway. There we go. We could certainly do that. And maybe we make the exterior of the home a little bit smaller. We'll go back. Oh, wait, I did not know that it had a court. Let's go with that. There we go. That certainly would make a very dramatic social image for somebody to stop and click on. So this is ready to go right now. It's letting us know that because we have all of our icons up here. And again, if we wanted to go ahead and share, it's really nice and easy. We can go ahead and click our Facebook, our LinkedIn, or our X/Twitter icons up here, depending on what we want to share it to. We also have the ability to download this image. So if you wanted to download this and re-upload it and maybe write your own custom content or something like that to social media, or if you wanted to use it in a slightly different way, you could certainly do that. I do want to caution you, however, here that if you're thinking, oh, I'll just turn this social image into a postcard by downloading it, just know that this is sized and it's also done for quality for social media. This is not a great idea if you want to turn this into a postcard or print it on your own. Do go ahead and make sure that you're using one of the actual postcard options that are in the kit. If you want to do a postcard and download it, it will download it in a format that is ready to go for ExpressDocs or whatever vendor we're choosing, but it also gives it to us in much higher quality. So just as a quick reminder that yes, this would look pretty cool as an e-card or a postcard, but we do have the option for actual postcards in the listing kits as well. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that social image right here and kind of take us back into this listing kit. I hope you can see how easy it is to use some of these listing kits and everything that's available underneath them. These are really, really great. Again, just for that checklist. If you're taking a new listing or you have that price change, or you want to promote that you sold something in the neighborhood that you're prospecting. And again, don't forget our solds have to be listings. We're not able to bring in co-broke, but this is a great way to be able to make things that are ready to go right now really quickly. Take a listing on a Friday, you need flyers. You can certainly come in here, make a really quick property flyer, download the PDF, get it printed super fast, have a nice set of flyers for the weekend. Maybe you want to announce that open house that you have and you need a really quick e-card, or you need a really quick social image. You can certainly come in here. It's going to bring in everything on your listing. It's going to be pre-ready to go. Again, you can make some minor changes if you have to, but otherwise it's just a click of a button to be able to go through this whole checklist and say, yep, I have a flyer, I have an e-card, I've done my brochure, maybe I'll need some door hangers to announce my open house. I'm going to do that social post for all of my different socials, and I will have promoted this listing and be on my way. So did anybody have any questions about the listing kits or how to change anything that's in here? No questions. Okay. Well, I promised you the last thing I would show you was how to adjust that profile just in case you get in here and something is incorrect. We certainly want to make it nice and easy. You don't want to have to go back and change your profile again. All of your profile information is usually brought in from your roster on the BHHS resource. So we've gone ahead and filled in all sorts of stuff from marketing. We usually load up your photo and all of the information that's provided and things like that. But you do have the ability to make some minor adjustments just for your marketing resource materials. If you click your name in the upper right-hand corner, you can go to the word profile and it's going to bring in your profile. And this is where you can change some of your information. So if you need to crop your photo, everything is in this circle area. You can certainly crop this maybe to bring in the top of your head a little bit more if you needed to. You have your title that you can adjust. If you need to adjust your email or your website, you can certainly do that. In fact, I see a little error here that needs to be adjusted. We always want to make sure we're using our HTTPS, not our HTTP here. The other thing you'll want to check for real quick is make sure that your time zone is in New York. We want to make sure that we are in our Eastern time zone here. If you ever go to schedule an e-card, if you are not in the Eastern time zone, your timing that it gets sent out might be a little bit different. If you want to schedule something for 8 a.m. in the morning and you haven't changed this yet, it's going to be 8 a.m. Los Angeles time. So just go ahead and double check your time zone and make sure that it's on the East Coast. If you've made any changes at all, make sure you go ahead and hit Save Changes. There we go. And last but certainly not least, one of the things I want to show you is how to make sure that your profile is connected, to make sure that you can share to your different social medias. This is great to have set up before you start using listing kits. In fact, before you start using anything in Marketing Resource. Oh, lost my share here. Hold on one second. There we go. You'll notice all your different social media icons over here on the left-hand side. I'm just going to click on Facebook to make it nice and easy. There we go. And you have two options here. And this is one of the sticking points that we see with agents fairly often, is that they think once they put their Facebook URL in here and click save, that it's automatically going to be ready to connect and post to Facebook. This is just creating that icon that's on the bottom of the e-cards, the little icon that shows, hey, if you want to check out my Facebook or check out my Instagram, that's what it's creating. The piece that you're going to want is down here where it says Facebook account. If you are not connected, it's going to have a big connect button on there. If you have this red button, which is not unusual here, just in case you've changed your password since you connected, it's going to ask you to reconnect. If you click either the reconnect or the connect button, it's just going to take you through the steps to say, hey, I want to go ahead and connect my Facebook business page so that I can go ahead and just click that Facebook button that's on any of those assets to be able to share. It's just going to take you through those steps. I'm not going to go through those steps today, but I do know that it's like connecting most of anything else that we have in all of our tools, that if you just click on connect, it's going to open, hey, the Facebook's going to want to know that if do you want to connect Marketing Resource, you're going to say yes. It's going to ask you what business page you'll want to connect to, and it's going to have a checkbox next to your business page. You'll just go ahead and put a check on it and basically just say yes 2 more times, and it'll go ahead and connect you here. This works the same way for, again, X and Twitter, or LinkedIn if you need to, or again, YouTube, Instagram. It all has those connections on there. Do go ahead if you are using all of the different social medias to make sure that you do put your URL in here. And again, that creates those little icons on the bottom. Christy has a question. She says, how do you differentiate monthly allotment for Postcard Global versus marketing? Right now, it's only available in the version of ExpressDocs. It's available through RWT Connect. So if you're going through this and you want to use this program, go ahead and download, and then you can re-upload it on the ExpressDocs side. Or again, if you need help with that, just go ahead and take your downloaded file that you have from here, and you can re-upload it using the marketing order form, and we'll be happy to help you with that as well. Did anybody else have any questions about the listing kits? No other questions. All right. Well, I will let you have your morning back. Hopefully you all go in and check your notifications on, double check your profiles, and go ahead and check out all of the different options that listing kits have. Hope you have a great Monday and a great rest of the week. Thank you so much for joining me.